Ringing bells and Santas on the corner during the Yuletide season are typically what you think of when you hear Salvation Army. However, that's only a small part of what the organization is all about. The Salvation Army is a Christ-centered organization that uses the power of God through its volunteers to change the lives of many in our community.
I'm what's called a captain. Again, it's not a real captain, not like on a ship or the U.S. Army, but it's the title in our particular ministry. And what it does, it identifies me as the pastor of the church, also the leader of the organization here in Marion or Grant County. I first came to the Salvation Army as a young man in my 20s and traveling around, needed a place to stay, needed food, and I was just so impressed that when I came to the Salvation Army, it was like they were happy to help me. They were almost, it was like that I was doing them a favor by asking, and that really impressed me. Amazing the variety of people that come. Sometimes people come that are very destitute, often physically or mentally challenged, living right on the edge of survival. The neat thing is there are other people that are well off and need meaning in their life. And so they can come and volunteer, they find ways to donate, to do food drives, and so they find their part in it as well. It's a whole community effort. And again, probably one of the most important things is to help people realize that they have a spiritual need in their life as well. Often that's hard to meet when someone's stomach is empty, and so you need to take care of that first. But to help them find that there's a better way to live than just making it day-to-day physically.
9 years ago is when I first came in contact with the Salvation Army. I was in a place in my life where I was addicted to alcohol, and that addiction had become first place in my life over my family and over my job. And at this time is when I lost both my family and my job. And because of my addiction, I was also put in jail. It was while I was in jail that a Salvation Army officer or a Salvationist came into the jail and handed me a little Bible, and you may have seen them, little New Testament. And that was the seed that was first planted in me by the Salvation Army. And from that time on, even being in jail seemed a lot easier because I know I had the Spirit within me. Once I got out of jail, I had nowhere to go. I was homeless. And the Salvation Army provided me with shelter. And they provided me with food. And they also provided me with employment. And this was the beginning of my steps coming back to life. I came to church here and have been coming ever since. And any time that something goes wrong in my life, like it does in everybody's, I know that I always have a family here that's going to be supportive of me. And anytime I'm in need of comfort or fellowship or guidance, I know that I can always come here to the Salvation Army and find friends and support and compassion.
The Salvation Army is all about bringing life back to the people and restoring families. Thanks to a giving spirit and the United Way of Grant County, the Salvation Army will continue to serve the physical and spiritual needs of our community.